The night hung heavy with oppressive darkness as I embarked on a journey that would forever alter my perception of reality. The time had long since slipped past midnight, and the world outside my windshield was a tapestry of shadows and secrets. I found myself navigating the deserted roads that wound around Changi General Hospital, a place infamous for its chilling history and eerie tales. Little did I know, this drive would become a descent into a realm where the boundary between the living and the supernatural blurred beyond recognition. I had always been drawn to the unknown, captivated by the mysteries that whispered through the cracks of our understanding. The legends surrounding Changi General Hospital were like sirens beckoning me into uncharted waters. And as I drove along those dimly lit roads, I felt a mixture of trepidation and excitement that set my heart racing. The stories of haunted corridors and lingering spirits filled my mind, each twist and turn of the road intensifying the adrenaline coursing through my veins. The hospital's looming structure emerged from the inky blackness, a relic of history standing as a sentinel to the past. Its windows glistened with an otherworldly sheen, as if they held the reflections of the souls that once traversed its halls. The moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie glow that painted the trees with ghostly silhouettes. The scene was both surreal and unsettling, but my determination to confront the unknown propelled me forward. As I approached the hospital's entrance, an icy shiver traced a path down my spine, leaving goosebumps in its wake. The sign proclaiming Changi General Hospital stood as a gateway between the living and the spectral. Despite the growing unease, I couldn't deny the pull that drew me deeper into the heart of the enigma. The path ahead twisted and turned, the journey growing darker and more foreboding with each passing moment. The air grew heavy, laden with a sense of anticipation that clung to my every breath. A dense fog began to roll in, swirling around me like a shroud of uncertainty. Shapes moved at the periphery of my vision, phantoms that danced just beyond the reach of clarity. The weight of the atmosphere was suffocating as I entered a courtyard. A single lamppost casting a feeble light that seemed to cower against the encroaching darkness. Broken windows and vines adorned the surrounding buildings, giving the impression of a place forgotten by time. The silence was palpable, broken only by the rustling of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. My instincts screamed at me to turn back, but an unexplainable force pushed me forward, deeper into the heart of the unknown. I stepped out of my car, and the cold air wrapped around me like a spectral embrace. The courtyard seemed to hold its breath, awaiting my next move. My footsteps echoed in the stillness as I ventured toward the entrance of the decaying building. The beam of my flashlight sliced through the darkness, revealing fragments of a past long abandoned. Whispers brushed against my ears, carried by a breeze that seemed to echo with long-forgotten secrets. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end, and I could feel eyes upon me, unseen and unrelenting. The corridors inside were a labyrinth of decay, the walls seeming to hold the memories of countless lives lived and lost within these haunted walls. Every footfall reverberated through the air, each sounds a testament to the echoes of history. Shapes moved just beyond the edge of sight, darting away as I turned to face them. The air grew colder, and the sensation of being watched intensified. In the distance, a faint, ethereal glow drew me deeper into the abyss. My steps were guided by an invisible hand, leading me toward an open doorway at the end of a corridor. Dread and anticipation churned within me as I approached, my flashlight casting eerie shadows that seemed to writhe like living entities. The room beyond was bathed in a pale light that seemed to emanate from nowhere. A bed stood in the center, and a mirror adorned one wall, its surface marred by time and neglect. And then, as if stepping into a surreal dream, I saw him, a soldier, clad in a uniform worn by those who had lived through the darkest days of history. His gaze was fixed upon the mirror, a haunted expression etched into his features. He seemed lost in a world of his own, a silent observer of a past he could never escape. My breath caught in my throat as I watched, my heart pounding in rhythm with the otherworldly scene before me. I dared to step closer, my senses overridden by a mixture of fear and empathy. His eyes met mine in the mirror's reflection, and at that moment, a connection formed. An unspoken understanding that transcended time itself. Images flashed before my mind's eye, fragments of a reality that wasn't mine yet, somehow felt intimately familiar. Scenes of chaos and suffering, the agony of lives torn apart by the horrors of war, all flowed through my consciousness. The soldier's pain became my own, his memories etched into my mind as if they were my own experiences. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, the connection shattered, leaving me gasping for air. The room trembled, reality itself quaking as if in response to the intensity of the encounter. I stumbled backwards, my mind a whirlwind of emotion and confusion. The soldier turned his gaze from the mirror, his eyes locking onto mine with a haunting intensity. A whisper reached me, carried by a breeze that seemed to hold the weight of 1,000 regrets. Help me. The words lingered in the air, an echo that reverberated through time and space. The room seemed to pulse with energy, a bridge between the past and the present, the living and the dead. And then, with a blinding flash, the room collapsed into darkness, and I found myself back in my car, parked on the side of the road near Changi General Hospital. Dawn's light was breaking on the horizon, casting away the night's shadows. My heart still raced, and the weight of the soldier's gaze remained imprinted on my soul. The events of that fateful drive replayed in my mind, an unending loop of uncertainty and wonder. Had I truly crossed paths with a tormented spirit from the past, or had my imagination woven a tapestry of hallucination? The line between reality and the supernatural had blurred, leaving me forever changed. As I drove away from Changi General Hospital, a sense of both closure and lingering mystery enveloped me. The soldier's gaze, his pain, and the whispered plea for help echoed in the corners of my mind, a constant reminder of the night I ventured into the unknown. Changi General Hospital and its haunted history would forever remain a realm where the boundaries of the living and the spectral converged, inviting the curious and the brave to traverse the shadowy path between worlds.